you might know that my friend Ryan and I have a YouTube channel called SuperMega. Well, we also enjoy selling merch for this YouTube channel, and we needed a merch website because we do it all ourselves. And guess what? Shopify came along and just made the process so freaking easy. Shopify genuinely changed the game for us. It allows us to easily customize our website, easy, to keep track of orders, to pack them, to ship them. Are you looking to sell online? Upgrade your business and get the same checkout that the SuperMega brothers use at Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/super. That's all lowercase. Shopify.com/super. Again, upgrade your selling like the Funny Brothers did at shopify.com/super. All lowercase.
Congratulations, you won! Alert! 今天恢复你美丽的 Boston.
Right there. See, it was like I watched a YouTube tutorial and I can make the zeros.
Yeah, there could have been one in there for sure. I didn't see it directly, but there could. All right, you gonna try again? Give me a smoke ring.
See, Luke, replay that and put a red ring around the O.
Here it is. Actually, I might have missed it. But that might just be my own
eyesight. Fault. You're not wearing your glasses or something.
Give me one more. Give me a big one.
I just wanted this one for myself.
You didn't want to share it with our audience? Dude, I was really expecting a big smoke ring.
Puffs, vape, drinks, monster. Hey, welcome to the Super Mega Show.
Did you guys think being 30 would ever be so fucking epic? Puffs vape, drinks monster, records YouTube video. It's a
YouTube podcast.
YouTube podcast.
Well, not just a YouTube podcast. You're also probably watching on Spotify. Whoever's listening right now in the car.
I hope you crash and die.
Which is a few. Okay.
No.
We're gonna get a post about someone saying how they crashed and died. They're probably gonna be upvoted to the top in the comments, and we're gonna be blamed for it.
Yeah, I have.
It's gonna be our fault. It's not gonna have been our fault, but because you predicted it, people are gonna connect the two. Because people believe in superstition.
Manifested it.
Yeah, you manifested.
All the white girls believe in, like, you gotta manifest this.
Like, yeah, and they're like they're rocks with energy and shit. That type of mentality.
The little quartz and pebbles. And
yeah, these pebbles give me the strength to earn wealth today.
And
this is good for wealth earning.
And also, I actually, everything bad has happened to me because Venus is in the position where it is around the sun.
And little did I know, I accidentally pocketed this emerald, which has chaos energy, which I thought emerald was for luck, but it's actually chaos energy that I had. So that explains all the bad things that have happened. It's not the choices I've made. It's this little rock that I accidentally pocketed from a store that is carried.
And the planets.
And the plants.
Planets.
And the planets are aligned weird.
Here's what I gotta say about crystals and astrology. Okay, I'm not outright saying it's all bullshit,
Matthew,
but I'm outright saying it's freaking bullshit, brother.
Prove it.
I can't.
You can't.
Shit. Maybe there is something there.
Ding. One.
Fuck. I'll tell you something, though. Quartz does actually generate electricity or something. I don't remember. Quartz is like the only rock that actually has some powers.
What about flint?
Okay, well, that's not the. These girls aren't putting flint on their bedside table. What happened to our women, man?
I don't know.
They used to make campfires and roast a hog, and now what? They're putting their little charged quartz on their bedside table, and
they used to do some of the hunting gathering themselves too.
Mm-hmm. Well, not a lot of it. Not the good hunting and gathering.
We worked as a community.
They were picking berries and twigs. While the real men...
They were picking berries and singing to cartoon raccoons.
And meanwhile, the men like you and I were out in the woods killing
bow and arrow,
saber-toothed tiger.
Fully defined biceps, really twitching and flexing as we decide, when we let loose our arrows, which creature's life will we consume? Will we be consuming tonight?
It's just you and me in the woods. And
we lick our lips.
I'm standing there next to you.
Right before pulling the arrow.
I'm holding your
shoulders,
biceps.
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of like I have my hands on them to kind of like keep you steady, and I'm like just feeling the rock hard definition of your muscles.
You're not gripping to the point where it hurts, but you're gripping to the point where you let go, there is a red imprint.
Yeah. It's like kind of affecting the circulation in that area, but not in a painful way.
But before we take the shot and take this creature's life, you and I go. We breathe in together one final time, and then breathe out, and then just let it
loose,
go.
Yeah, and let that arrow fucking fly.
What are we talking about?
I think if we were like cavemen and some homoerotic scene, I don't know. Some homoerotic scene of us killing a saber-toothed tiger.
We were talking about hunter-gatherers for some reason.
Wait, how did we get here? We were talking about crystals. And we were talking about like crystals and astrology and ended up there.
We haven't even been recording for like 6 minutes.
I really like...
we're already like... Whoop, 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 whoop.
That's what I like about doing a podcast with you is the improvisational aspect. You really don't know where it's going to go ever. We sit down in these chairs and we have no fucking clue what conversations we're going to talk about.
Nope.
Think of something.
Ooh, I'll go on. Let me look at the news and see if there's anything to talk about in the news.
I do. After you, I have a very big story to talk about.
Ben Stiller returns for Happy Gilmore 2 with Adam Sandler.
What? They're making Happy Gilmore 2?
Seems like it. Maybe it's a Netflix thing.
Man, that's fucking crazy, dude. Ooh, my voice won't stop cracking. I don't know why.
What was the thing you were going to mention?
So, we talked about this on stream a little bit, but in our home state of South Carolina, 43 monkeys have escaped from a viral disease research facility, which kind of sounds like the start of a movie, where...
Last I heard, they have sight of the monkeys, but none of them have been captured. Has that changed?
Yes. There has been a
change. Of the 43 monkeys, how many of them are back in custody?
1.
They have captured 1 of the 43 monkeys.
Yes.
So was it with apples?
I actually don't know. I gotta
because
check.
they tried with apples. What did they do with the apples? So the monkeys escape. All these people are going, we got to get these fucking monkeys back. What did they do, Matt?
They laid out some apples, I think, to try to lure them out of the woods and get them. I gotta be honest, dude. If 1 or 2 monkeys escapes, they can get that under control. But fucking 43 monkeys, all... one big like hive mind. One of them freaks out. They're all gonna freak out, and this is rural South Carolina. And this same lab, actually, this is the 3rd time this has happened since 2014. But in the past, it was only like 12 monkeys. Like 14 monkeys.
Yeah.
Never 43. They said a new employee left the gate open.
Think they're fired?
I would.
Oh, by the way,
assume.
that moist noise the audio listeners heard was both Matt and I grimacing.
Yeah, that was us going, ugh.
Yeah. You might be going, ugh, what the fuck was that? Sorry.
I'm just trying to find an update on this story. I've been following it closely. But Vox just published an article a couple hours ago titled 43 Lab Monkeys Escaped in South Carolina. They have a legal claim to freedom.
I guess technically, yes.
But they're not going to... Yeah, and I want those monkeys to be free.
What if there was just... this was the start of just monkeys being like a thing you could see on hikes later in the future, and like all the way even to the West Coast. Like eventually monkeys just started spreading new breeds of monkey.
It's only females that escaped. So unless they can like self-reproduce, I know, I'm sorry. They're all ladies, and they said that they're close to the facility and they're just in the trees staring. They're watching.
I am filled with feelings of FOMO.
We could have flown to South Carolina really fast and gone to Ýemisy and tried to vlog our experience with the monkeys. I did see one video.
Well, not just seeing the monkeys. I feel FOMO for not being able to potentially even live in the society where monkeys become commonplace in the United States.
That is what the next president needs to do. Release monkeys into like a lot of monkeys. It's like a massive effort. Like Trump needs to on day one sign an executive order that's like, we're gonna put a lot of monkeys in the woods all over.
Different kinds, different shapes and sizes.
You got rhesus macaques. You've got little capuchin guys. They're tiny little guys, and just set them all free to start. Wild monkeys being a thing.
We are unleashing 3 mighty gorilla in the national parks in California.
It's going to be like hide and seek. If you see one, uh-oh.
They're going to be like erratic because they're just placed in like this environment. They have no clue what's
that
going
would be
on.
insane. Basically to keep people from, wandering off in the national parks and then causing a scene where they have to get rescued using emergency resources.
They unleash gorillas.
3 gorillas. So it's going to stop people from venturing into like Yosemite, because...
Should we go deeper? I heard there's a... I
don't know.
I heard that's like at least 5 miles within where they dropped the first gorilla.
And, they can travel on foot a long way.
And they're fast. Have you seen a gorilla move?
They charge. And when they charge, you're not supposed to flinch.
It's not like burst like a cheetah. They'll come after you.
Oh, yeah.
They'll climb up like a bear, too, except they have opposable thumbs and will grab the shit out of you.
And rip you to pieces. So
they'll beat you to death. They'll beat you until they see that you're not a threat anymore. And they might take a bite out of you for dominance sake.
They'll pick me up by the ankle, and they'll swing me around and smack me from tree to tree. Like, doo, 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 doo.
And I'm not going to lie. One of them, depending on the maturity, they might cock slap you.
Yeah.
But it's a dominance thing. It has
is.
nothing to do with, like, don't...
It's not sexual.
Yeah. Don't be afraid in that sense.
Yeah, I wouldn't be afraid of that. But these monkeys in South Carolina, man, I cannot imagine... It's been like a week, and they've only caught one. So I don't know how you go about getting 42 monkeys, back into the... They said the gate opened up, one ran out, and then because it's monkey see, monkey do, they all just fucking went, okay, charged out, except for 7 of them. They stayed behind. I'm sure they're being rewarded with apples and kisses.
This is unfortunately, like, this type of stuff is the closest thing we get on this planet to Jurassic Park.
Just some tiny baby female monkeys sitting in trees staring at the place they escaped from.
That's what, every now and then you'll hear about, like, a lion escaping, which is really cool and fun.
Terrifying. No, cool and fun.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Or like a rhino escaping. That sounds like a Spider-Man comic, Not just because there's a...
Does he have to, like, get the rhino
There is
back
a
to the zoo?
villain called the Rhino in Spider-Man. He was most recently coined Paul Giamatti in The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Paul Giamatti played Spider-Man?
I wish, dude. I fucking
That'd be
wish.
so good.
They do like Marvel does their age thing to actually make him look like a 16-year-old, but it's Paul Giamatti.
He's the cheapest actor we could get. I do have updates to the monkey story, though.
Oh, wait, sorry. You have what?
Updates to the monkey story. updates. I know you're trying to get me to say updates, but updates only applies to upvotes, not updates. Okay?
There could be multiple applications,
Sure,
just like
okay.
2 and 2.
I've got updates about the monkeys.
See? Did that feel
Avoid
nice?
flying drones in the area, local police warned, after a UAV apparently spooked the primates and disrupted capture efforts.
Someone's trying to like get a look at these monkeys. Like they all could just spread.
They're
start
so
screaming.
close to catching them all. Like there's a guy with a big net.
I was just
he's about
thinking.
to swing
He's
it,
like,
poof, and it doesn't work.
nope.
We should send Luke down there with his net. Yeah, but they said that unfortunately only one of them. Wait. 18 remain on the loose near the South Carolina coast.
Wait, what?
So, of the 43 runaways initially disclosed by the Alpha Genesis Primate Research Center, known as the Monkey Farm, to locals, 18 remain on the loose. Okay,
So they caught. So were there 43 that escaped?
43. So they did catch,
A good bit of them.
but I'm not seeing anything that says that they caught any of them. Because last time I checked, they'd only caught one.
Maybe they killed the others.
The primates have been captured so far and are in
Okay.
they're in good health, the police claimed. She is well and having a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, said Westergaard of one of the captured macaques in another statement.
She's doing just fine right now. She's having a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
She's getting her nails done.
Where she's getting sized for fun little hats to wear during the interviews about this.
She's been taking unicycle lessons again, so it's really been fantastic. And playing her cymbals.
The macaques, though, do not learn to smile as well as capuchins, so it looks more aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, with macaques specifically, it is more of an aggressive stance, so be careful about smiling.
I made that mistake once, smiling at or just looking at a macaque.
Oh, dude, because like they'll give you like the awkward look at first,
And it kind of catches your eyes, and you like look back.
yeah, because like they side glance you, kind of like what Lego does.
Yeah. They go,
Like when Lego, you're trying to get a picture of Lego, he'll look away. These macaques in Japan, they'll take a glance at you, but if they catch you, they'll like quickly turn, and then they'll like puff up. They'll
scary.
like they'll
when I was
they'll
there,
escalate things.
I was at the I was on the Monkey Mountain in Kyoto with you.
You were
and
challenging the alpha of the pack.
I was because it pissed me off.
You
that,
wanted his women. Be
Yes.
honest.
Okay, I
You
wanted.
were jealous of all the women.
I was.
Yeah.
And basically, I said, "Hey, a brother should share." So I tried to challenge him, and he's much stronger than me because I forgot that he's smaller than me, but they're like 10 times stronger still. But basically, I did kind of do the eye contact thing where I caught its look, and we made eye contact, and I just kind of froze up, and I held eye contact, which you are not supposed to do, and it went, and it just opened its mouth and just like opened its mouth really
Did you
wide.
look away? Did you look away?
Yeah, I
like,
looked
"Fuck"?
away. I was like, oh!
Did it continue its? Did it start calling at you?
And it didn't start hooting at me, but it scared the fuck out of me because
Maybe you need to go confront this monkey again.
honestly, this
Because
was
I agree, it's not fair that he gets all of those women.
there's at least enough for you to have half and me to have half.
Exactly.
You know, we should draw up a plan. You know, divide and conquer. Try to get some of these women.
To be honest, it might take, it might do some good if you were Logan Paul. That's the only vision I could think, because then it would create two South Carolina guys going over to Japan to have sex with Japanese macaques. I think would definitely, trump the other American that.
Oh yeah, I mean the Suicide Forest Logan Paul thing would dust in the wind compared to this.
So in terms of positive things that could come from that, that's the only one I could think of.
Two YouTubers arrested and are in custody in Japan after having sex with multiple female monkeys.
Logan Paul would be going, yes, thank God.
Yes, thank you.
Thank God my sociopathic tendencies are going to be looked past once again.
And meanwhile, you and I are in a Japanese prison with some new kind of disease. Some kind of brand new sexually transmitted disease. But what are we gonna kill the alpha?
Huh?
We have to kill the alpha, right? There's no other way around it.
Or at least just
What are we supposed to do? He's either in the picture as the alpha or he's gone. There's not a reality where he's still around and we're the alphas.
I was gonna say we could challenge him to a rock off maybe, and if he loses, at the end of every rock off scene, the loser gets pointed and laughed at.
That's true. All the girls might point and laugh at him,
and then the winner leaves with a bunch arms filled with a posse.
I'd be all over my back. I'd have them hanging off my arms.
Exactly.
All right. Well, the segment of the podcast where we talk about having sex with monkeys is now concluded, and we're going to go to ads. I'm trying to think of what life was like before I used Shopify, but it's just so horrific that I don't even want to go there. You might know that my friend Ryan and I have a YouTube channel called SuperMega. Well, we also enjoy selling merch for this YouTube channel, and we needed a merch website because we do it all ourselves. And guess what? Shopify came along and just made the process so freaking easy, so beautiful. Shopify genuinely changed the game for us. It allows us to easily customize our website, easy, to keep track of orders, to pack them, to ship them. They have great customer service. Shopify is fantastic. Are you looking to sell online? Upgrade your business and get the same checkout that the SuperMega brothers use at Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/super. That's all lowercase. Shopify.com/super. Again, upgrade your selling like the Funny Brothers did at shopify.com/super. All lowercase. That's not in the URL, but super.
Em còn nhớ hay em đã quên.
And then basically the sun is orbiting around the Earth instead, and the moon is a projection. It's like a hologram. So I know that was like a 20-minute explanation, but that's basically the new theory that I have come up with regarding the holographic state of the universe. So
that
makes sense.
That's super interesting. Yeah, how you think and stuff. That's
and the sun is not actually like a ball of fire. It's just light. It's a pure energy, and it's like truest form, and it wouldn't burn you if you touched it. You could actually go inside it.
Not even in the fourth dimension.
What are you talking about? No, the fourth dimension isn't real. I spent 5 minutes explaining that part.
I was just joking. I was just we gotta. Are there any? Let's just get back to the stuff. Are there any updates with the? No. We read the last updates of the monkey stuff.
We should call the. Maybe right now I could call the ꜰᴁ sheriff department and just ask what the update is.
Hey, so there's a monkey in my bathtub. I locked him in the bathroom, and I don't know what to do with him.
Should I call him to ask for the latest update?
Hey, just ask.
You could call the police department anytime. It's a public service.
I'll track it down and arrest you for harassment.
It's not harassment.
You're just trying to be informed about
I
this whole monkey
know.
thing.
843. Watch this.
Welcome to our voicemail system. You have reached the mailbox of 100. Sorry, this mailbox is full and cannot accept.
Wow, looks like the ꜰᴁ police department is dropping the fucking ball.
Letting people just drop dead who need an emergency.
Yeah. No wonder they haven't caught all those monkeys yet. They're just sitting there with their dicks in their hands. The police, not the monkey.
No. Well, because they're all female.
Exactly. But, it's a crazy time we're living in. Fucking monkeys running on the loose in our hometown. I said hometown meaning South Carolina.
Yeah. It'd be our home state.
Who really defines what is a town or a state?
Exactly.
Imaginary lines.
It's just what the bigger something is, it loses its ability to be a town or something that you can call like a homestead.
You know what? I'm changing the definition. These lines are all imaginary. We're in Charleston, South Carolina still. I expanded the borders of it all the way out here.
So everything's Charleston?
No. It
Like in a thin strip.
Yes. Exactly. Charleston is like shaped like this,
Like
and
the
then it
width
goes,
of a walking man, all the way from Charleston to California.
and then once it hits specifically where our studio is, it goes whoop and surrounds it.
Imagine
Technically,
there
that's
being
possible.
like a world leader that is that just kind of like petty, where they do something like that. So it's like,
Oh no, that's super real. A lot of countries, their borders are drawn up out of stuff like that. Like, I don't remember what country, but in the like Turkey, Armenia, Georgia region, one of the borders literally just cuts off the other country from the ocean in the way where it's like they go around just the coast, and then so like the country is fully on the coast, but the other country just has a little sliver right there just so they couldn't have the ocean. It's crazy. It's petty, but it's just imaginary lines.
well, we in the United States, we absolutely love messing around with them imaginary lines.
Love them, dude. I can't get enough of those
We
imaginary
love
lines.
making imaginary lines and then putting ourselves to the north or south of that imaginary line.
And I, for one, am very happy that we're recording this podcast from Charleston, South Carolina.
In a sense.
I wouldn't say there's a lot of innocence in Charleston.
In like Matt world, yes, but
yeah.
not in right the like every man's.
No, they'll accept it. The
Nice.
listeners, they eat up anything we say blindly. You know that.
I was gonna say something bad, but then I remembered that we have to keep in mind that there are people who take it at face value.
Yeah, there's people who take some of the jokes we say at face value, and you know it's not necessarily their fault they're stupid. It's
Maybe it's our fault for being so smart that we don't explain ourselves. We don't think that we have to explain ourselves.
yeah, exactly.
We're just too intelligent for our own good.
You know, and the people that don't understand our jokes and think that, are they being serious right now?
Are they MAGA? Are they dark? Are they Darth MAGA?
Darth MAGA? I'm Darth MAGA. So epic, dude.
He probably pitched that. It's like, if they have me on SNL, they're missing out. I had a good Darth MAGA bit, but
Donald, can I come out and say I'm Darth MAGA? No, let's not do that one, Elon.
please. No, the race is won. We're good.
Can you appoint my position in the government as
That was
Darth
just-
MAGA?
That was just all for the campaign.
What?
Elon was.
Here's what I'll say.
No,
about
that's
this.
my line.
I'm Elon. I can only call myself that. All I'm saying is I can't wait for the inevitable fallout between those two. It's going to be public and it's going to be big.
It's going to be a big bad breakup.
It's going to be a very big bad breakup. There's going to be a lot of tea spilled and juicy drama. You know,
Elon Musk and the big bad breakup featuring Donald Trump. A working book title.
That's pretty good, man.
Why don't we just write that like a kid's book? And then, like, so we have it pre-written, so inevitably when it does happen or one of them starts throwing shade at the other, we
The day
drop
off.
it and people buy it because it's viral. We just need to try to preemptively predict things
right?
and then release books based on those, you know.
Yeah, that's like
Because books make a lot of money. You know, people are begging to be authors these days.
they're going. Please make books. I just want books. I don't care about the internet.
Fuck TikTok. I just want to stare at a page and read. I want to get lost in my imagination.
There sometimes things like TMZ and news stations, a celebrity will die, and within an hour they have like a memorial video up, and I'm always shocked at like, how did they make that so fast?
They just pre-make like a
That's-
shit ton of them and boom.
That's what I'm wondering.
It's like, I wonder if like when they hit a certain age,
right.
like it's like, oh, once they turn 70, hey, let's just make one of those, alphabetical order that shit, so they can just go into the archives, find the name.
I'm
And-
genuinely curious if anyone listening to the podcast works in that industry or whatever.
First off, you're a parasite.
What if they're just like working in the editing room?
First off, you work with and for parasites.
You enable parasites, so you're a piece of shit.
But you're making an honest living, so we can't blame you.
Exactly.
Too much.
Not everyone can.
You're part of the problem.
Be podcasters like us.
You know. I will say to those that think they're working for the paparazzi, the Nazis followed orders as well.
And also, think about this: Nazi, paparazzi. You notice something?
TMZ. All have Z's in them because Z's a cool letter. Cool letters. People obsessed with cool letters. Elon Musk. Elon Musk rhymes with Tusk. Kevin Smith directed movie starring Jason Long starring Tusk. Jason Long. We're not too long away from a dictatorship. I don't think I'm making these things up. I don't think I'm making these connections up.
No, you're not. That makes so much sense. Fuck. Dude?
There's at least one person that's listening to this that all made in their brain. That made those connections. All this,
oh my God, I'm not the only one.
Justin Long. Oh, yes, there's messages in our media. Yes, they're right. Now they're making fun of me. Someone that believes that there are direct messages in all of our media linking through actors' names and
they're making fun of me though. It's a direct message to me to try to strengthen me and test me.
I must shoot them in the head with a gun.
Yeah. Psych. I won't play about that schizophrenia, man.
He's listening to this part while he's aiming, at a
drawing, a picture of us on the wall that he's throwing darts at.
Darts that he writes bullet on.
Yeah,
he writes the word bullet on the dart.
He's not old enough to buy bullets.
Well, to make it clear what he means by throwing the darts.
Exactly.
And he also got gun tattooed on his arm.
Dart, like poison dart frog, which lives in the Amazon, like the company Amazon, which controls a lot of the media. Just saying. Something to think about.
Sorry, I just got, you said just saying, and it's a really good trailer monologue moment that Johnny Depp has in that gangster movie that he was in, where he plays a bald gangster.
Oh, I know. I started watching that on an airplane.
Just saying. It's like this big thing that's in the trailer.
Everyone's trying to have their own, say my name, you're goddamn right moment.
Well, the newest Popeye trailer I saw has one of those moments.
Yes, and that was fucking fantastic.
Which I'm excited for. I don't know, I know we keep bringing it up. I guess it's just because we
didn't press record.
I hate us. I hate us.
That was
so
so
much.
funny. Everything.
I fucking hate us so much. Should we turn the lights back on?
Yes, let's turn.
Hey guys, we totally didn't forget to press record on the cameras. We intentionally, through wanting to be artistic and avant-garde in our delivery of a podcast, decided an interesting visual medium for the video watchers.
Yes.
Because this probably doesn't make sense because it's out of context to the people. I'm just making sure the audio listeners know we did not just realize that we weren't recording video.
For the second time today. And I don't want people to accuse us of that because it was a stylistic choice the last 10, 15 minutes or so. The kind of stop motion stuff.
It was intentional.
Yeah, and I think that's cool.
We take chances, make mistakes, and get messy.
Exactly. And what is life but a couple broken eggs? I think that's the saying, right? Yeah, it's the saying.
What is life but a couple? Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
you gotta break some eggs to make some sugar.
Dude, you have a line straight to my fucking funny bone with these sayings. These just butchering.
I like to say true things, but
okay, these truths, the way you butcher them.
True things.
True things or true things?
True things.
Okay, man, I love you.
I love you too.
Thanks. Thank you. Press play.
I already did it. It was just What are you doing? Probably around here. What the fuck are you doing? It's just like when we were doing the avant-garde, fun, artistic stuff visually that people.
They go, man. What
People
sets
are literally going, what
SuperMega
the fuck are they talking about? What are you guys doing?
I'll tell
Get your shit together, Mega Brothers. And first off, we're the Funny Brothers or Super Mega. We are not the Mega Brothers.
Do not call us the Mega Brothers. I'm serious.
It disregards Super completely from the name. That also goes for Super Brothers.
Especially Super Brothers, dude. That sounds like some fucking Let's Play channel.
Some YouTube Red comedy superhero series with Melissa McCarthy or something.
And it's like two gamer brothers that become superheroes, the Super Brothers. So, anyway, I don't want that to happen. I don't want anyone to call us Super Brothers or Mega Brothers or
please.
the Funny Mega or whatever.
Yeah.
It's the Funny Brothers or Super Mega. Don't get it twisted. Otherwise, I'm going to get real fucking pissed off.
You don't want to see Matt when he's pissed off.
You're not going to like me when I'm angry, ladies and gentlemen. Not one bit, okay?
Talk about strength.
Do you think anyone is annoyed by the Funny Brothers? They go, okay, guys.
Oh,
the bit was funny once.
Yeah, of course.
It's not a bit. It's a moniker.
Who?
It
Lewinsky? Come on.
You genius.
Come on.
Genius, dude.
What can I say?
Lewinsky. She sucked off Bill Clinton. Clinton was the president of the United States. The United States is the same country that dropped a nuclear bomb in World War II.
Okay, I'm following.
World War II, swap the letters around. 2WW. You know what that stands for?
What?
Second Wonder Woman. They're going to make another Wonder Woman
They already
movie.
did. With Pedro Pascal.
Second Willy Wonka. They're going to make a second Wonka with Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, that's good. Walter White, Walt Whitman,
Willy Wonka. I wish he didn't say Walter White in that thing. He just ended it Willy Wonka. Like, Willy Wonka. And he's like, you got me. Finds out he's been making chocolate. He's gonna find the fucking chocolate factory under the laundromat.
He has to come up with beforehand. He has to make it seem like all these things instead of him going out to bed. There's I'm going to the chocolate factory to work with the. Can I come? No. Well, I gave you a ride along. I mean, the least you can do is let me in on the chocolate factory. I've never seen. You keep saying how you work with these Oompa Loompas. I want to see these guys, these funny little fellas.
That's Jesse. He refers to him as an Oompa. I love the idea of under the laundromat there being a chocolate factory instead of a meth lab.
Listen, Hank, but he can't bring him because he's actually doing a meth lab. But he can't. But Hank gets excited. And
Hank thinks he's doing chocolate.
Yeah, Hank gets excited thinking that he's the modern day Willy Wonka.
Hank, I don't want you falling into the chocolate river.
I would never do. I would never do
though.
that.
These things can happen.
Walt, I promise I would never. I just please. I want to do everlasting gobstoppers. Are those real?
No. Dude, I always
getting him off of his back.
That movie always looked so delicious. All the candy they were when they go into the candy room for the first time, and I'm not talking about Notch's candy room. I'm talking about Gene Wilder's big candy factory.
I am like you. I am happy that the set designers went with delicious instead of disgusting for the set design for the candy.
They couldn't decide which one to go with.
I'm glad everything looked so good.
It did, dude. It fucking looked so good.
I mean, there was one set designer that was good. What if we just made everything look like dog shit?
What if instead of chocolate it was poo-poo? They fired him. He got fired. Well, if it's candy, it's open cans of tuna fish.
He went on to make epic movie and scary movie.
The Wayans?
I love the Wayans, dude.
They're fucking fantastic.
The Wayan brothers.
Little Man doesn't get much. Speaking of Oompa Loompas, Little Man doesn't get much better than that.
3, 2, 1.
Let's go. Yes. Yes. Now we're watching the Super Mega Show.
Yeah, Little Man actually is. We watched it on our Patreon for Uncle Sleepover, which is our movie watch-along show. And that was the worst one that we have done.
Little man sexually assaults someone.
He does. And she gets pregnant, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting a phone call.
That's the joke at the end of the... Let me guess. Sister Sam? Fucking
Hey, you tell me. You want to answer? That's Sister Sam.
Hey.
Hey, I'm recording a podcast. I don't know why I did that voice.
What voice was that?
Well, see, Ryan was doing an impression of me, and for some reason I just did the same voice back to you. And
You sounded like Ryan doing an impression of you.
exactly, that's what I was going for.
Exactly.
See? All right. Well, how did Ryan was able to predict that was you calling before I even looked at the phone?
I don't, was it because you texted me a few minutes ago?
Shut up. And it wasn't. Okay, and for the record,
what did you text your sister? Hey, call to keep the bit going.
For the record, it was 31 minutes ago, not a few minutes ago. maybe time runs differently in Dallas, Texas, where she is. She's there for the National Horror Convention. What? She is. And she's having a blast.
You're a bad brother, Matthew.
Am I?
Am I?
You know, she gets to at her financial, professional job where she, sits in her little office and does financial stuff, whatever. She gets to tell these like 60-year-old clients that she's helping do banking. She gets to go, my little brother's a YouTuber. And they go,
A YouTube star.
He's not just a YouTuber, but a YouTube star. And they go, oh, okay.
When are they gonna wait? Have they? Did I know we've probably talked about this before, but I can't remember if I've dreamed of. It's probably a dream. Did they make an internet like symbol for the Hollywood Walk of Fame?
Nope.
Okay, they have not.
Well, we have always said that.
I always thought
they're going to.
Yeah, right.
For sure.
I feel like
they have to
would.
put an internet like
icon type thing.
It's not going to be anytime soon because Hollywood does not like embracing the internet.
Likes to
yet.
gatekeep.
Exactly.
It's success.
Mm-hmm. And they're like, no, if real celebrities are only movie stars and singers. Sorry.
They want celebrities to use as pawns. They don't want celebrities to have their own voice to go against them potentially.
Yes, they don't want celebrities that have their own power, right? They want celebrities.
They have
that
star
can,
power, but only for their movies, for for like money, for
Exactly.
to fill the pockets of the.
At the end of the day,
investors and
the
producers.
record labels and the big production companies, and the agents and managers, they got everyone under their thumb. But you and I, we don't have an agent. We don't have a manager. We're free, baby. So we can say whatever the F we want. Don't have to worry about it, except losing sponsors.
Yes.
But yes, they probably will, on the Hollywood Star Walk, make a star icon for YouTubers.
It won't be the YouTube play button.
I was just thinking it could be.
Did I say YouTube play button?
I think you said YouTube.
Okay, good.
But YouTube is also a good...
Do you think it'll be like what could it be?
Because
they have it for music, for movies and TV.
Yes.
Do they have a separate one for TV, right? Or no? I thought they did.
Yes,
I thought
I'm
it was
pretty
like
sure
a
they
tube
do.
television.
They have TV. Then they have like a microphone, and then they have.
Was it a microphone or is it like a disc? Or is it like a record?
The music one?
Yeah, I thought it was
a record.
I thought it was a record.
I think it's a record. And
it's
then
a record.
Movies is a film reel.
A film, like a film camera,
And
or a
then-
film reel, something like that.
And then the other one is
The TV, the tube television with the antennas,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Maybe.
So the icon for internet people would be a computer? No, it's www.
Troll face.
Troll face. Yeah, fantastic. There's a
Doge.
And they could put those on the Walk of Fame. I think troll face is probably the most realistic one they're gonna do.
Okay.
You think we would ever end up on there?
I would
Yeah.
like to.
Here's the
Don't
thing.
you just buy it yourself?
Yeah, that's the thing about the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And for those who are
No,
like,
they have to offer it to you first.
yes,
and,
and
then
you have to pay.
Okay.
So for those who are not familiar with all the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, on Hollywood Boulevard, the sidewalk has these big stars on it, and it's, you know, it has different names of actors and singers, very famous ones. So it's basically like if you attain a certain level of fame and success, you get your own star on that sidewalk. And there's so many, there's hundreds. So that's why we're saying they need to make an internet category. They have some great names on there. Bill Cosby. That's one I always see.
Melissa McCarthy, Matthew McConaughey.
Melissa McCarthy, really?
I have no clue.
But the way it works
I'm
is
just
like
listing famous people.
I used to think why is Melissa McCarthy the first famous person that came to your mind?
She was on SNL and then worked her way up and was in many movies outside of that, starring alongside Johnny Depp and Jason Bateman at times. I mean, she had a pretty successful run.
She had sex with Channing Tatum. I'm thinking of Amy Schumer. Never mind. In a movie, not in real life.
Are you thinking of Amy Schumer and John Cena? Or
yeah, who did I say?
You said Channing Tatum. You're thinking of the movie Trainwreck?
Yep, I am. And obviously, I need to get my flashcards out and study my celebrities.
Bill Hader, LeBron James, John Cena, and Amy Schumer. And,
I remember my sister made me watch that with her and my mom many years ago.
She made you? Did she like watch it, love it so much, and then sit y'all down to...
Yep. And she said if I didn't watch it with her, she was going to post some unflattering photos of me.
Why does she have unflattering photos of you? Are you sending unflattering photos of yourself to your sister?
It was an accident. I meant to send it to somebody else. I didn't realize I hit her name.
You said photos plural. Did you send like an album to her? Or did you make the same accident 5 separate times?
No, it was 5 photos. But I did make the same mistake twice. But it was 5 photos of don't keep this in, Luke, but basically I'm like this, and I have my legs straight up, and you could see my tight puckered little pink hole, and I wasn't erect or anything. I was flaccid. It's hanging down to the side.
So there's nothing sexual about the pictures?
No. It obviously
good.
Wasn't anything sexual, but now that she has them, she kind of can make me do whatever she wants, because blackmail works, so unfortunately.
Yeah.
Not a very good movie, though, I will say.
Blackmail?
No. Trainwreck.
I didn't know that was a movie. Trainwreck, okay.
Wasn't the best, but also I don't think I'm the target demographic.
Who would you say is the target demographic?
People like my sister and my mom. Whores.
Come on.
I'm just playing, Mom and Sam. I'm just kidding. I really am.
Why does Matt hate women so much?
I don't hate women. I love them. You know what I'm saying?
It just like
it just doesn't stop.
You
dude.
You can't help but grab a shovel. You just can't help it.
The guys in holes be like, women. I
unless you're zigzag.
Ooh, nice.
Or no, X-ray. X-ray gets the
X-ray makes him dig the holes.
No, X-ray. X-ray gets the smaller shovel with the tape on it.
That's right. He won't let anyone else use that shovel.
Hey, that's X-ray shovel.
Huh?
Smaller shovel, smaller hole.
That's actually just a piece of life advice for you. It's not just a quote from Holes. Guys, remember that.
A smaller shovel makes a smaller hole.
Mm-hmm. I do want to apologize for my misogynistic jokes. I respect women. I do not think my mom or my sister are whores. And I think calling a woman a whore is abhorrent.
Well, I think it's more. I'd say it's more of a lesson where it's like you can't hold women up to this unrealistic standard. You do have most women out there that are just like wonderful people. They're just people, just like everyone else. And then you have whores like your mom and your sister, and that don't represent.
Okay, so you are on the same page. So I can drop the act. Yeah, they're whores. Absolutely.
Just calling your own family whores.
Calling my sister and my mother whores.
Calling your sister who like calls you throughout the week.
Hey, Matt, I really miss you.
I know it.
What's up, whore?
That's what, like, do you ever whisper sweet nothings to your sister?
Whisper sweet nothings?
Like, are you ever sweet to your sister over the phone?
No, but whisper sweet nothings is not the right term to use.
Do you ever whisper some sweets to your sister over the phone?
Well,
do you ever go, I love you, Sam, so much. I appreciate you as a human being,
yes,
as my relative.
I whisper sweet nothings with hot breath on her earlobe. And tell her how good of a sister she is.
God, but your aging is becoming more noticeable with ever since you hit 30, Sam. You tell her that, right?
And she's going to go, well, you're right around the corner, so it's going to happen to you. In fact, actually, it is happening in your late 20s. Hey, but I did just start back up on my skincare routine, my 5-step skincare routine. So my skin's about to look pretty damn good. Doesn't change the dark circles or anything.
Is it the mashed potato face paint type thing?
I don't want to give away secrets, but yes, it is. And
uses a lot of butter. Is butter good for your...
Butter is great for skin. You know, skin produces oil. Your skin doesn't have to produce oil anymore if you just put butter on. Basically, I get just a stick, and I'll get, a hot plate, and I warm it up, and I put the stick of butter on it so it's wet, and then I just kind of... But I don't want... Luke, don't keep that in because I don't want people to know the secret to such perfect skin.
It's rubbing raw red meat on your face.
And butter.
It's what Jordan Peterson does.
So I could so see that means some shit Joe Rogan is like endorsing. Like,
have you heard about this? They're called meat showers. You just or meat baths. Jamie, look this up.
Jamie,
it's where you fill a tub, fill its surface area with meat, and then you cover yourself in raw meat, ground beef, whatever. It doesn't. Yeah, look. See, Jamie, it doesn't really matter. Just not chicken. It's got to be red meat, and you cover yourself in this red meat, and apparently it does certain things to the chromosomes and the enzymes in your blood brains, and then he just starts going off on his pseudoscience.
And he goes. I mean, look at this guy. He's in a meat bath. Look at that. That's crazy, but
he's got good blood brain right there.
Look at
that's what I call it, Jamie. Blood brain.
Look at his skin. Wow.
You can tell. See those big blue bulging veins. See all that sweat and all the grease left from the meat, Jamie. Oh, that's beautiful. I need skin like that, Jamie.
I gotta try this. I gotta try this. You know what I love, dude? That there is
a true centrist in the podcast sphere, and his name is Joe Rogan,
and I love it. I love it, every bit of it. Something that's crazy to me is this isn't a super mega bit. There was a real moment where Joe Rogan was at his house, maybe laying in bed or sitting in a chair in his living room, and he watched my Creator Clash fight, and it upset him, and it made him sad. So he
thought Nathan Barnett was your real father,
and was just beating the piss out of me, and he went... God,
Joe
man.
Rogan has laid his eyes on you and has felt emotion while watching you. He felt like it was more than just like a passing chuckle.
And he sees a bunch of videos. He passes.
Exactly. He felt something. He felt something deep within him.
It made him sad. Like, he was genuinely so bothered by the video of me getting beat up. And I appreciate Joe for that. Knowing that Joe Rogan, in a real life moment, was emotionally affected,
very empathetic
by my pain. Like, that's incredible, enough that he has to bring it up on his show. I have been mentioned on the same show that Donald Trump has guested on. Think about that.
Donald Trump also guested on it's called the Flagrant podcast.
Yeah, and Call Her Daddy. He went on that one too.
If only. I think that was Kamala.
Did she go on Call Her Daddy?
I think that was... I don't know.
She went on some podcast.
I don't keep up with, like... Whenever, like... I notice that they do something, but, like, I'm not going to sit there and watch a podcast with a presidential candidate on it because it's just, like...
It's not fun.
It's just fluff. It's always fluff.
It's a paid thing to try to get, like, votes or eyes on you. So the whole thing is not going to be, like, a fun... podcast, casual conversation.
Someone didn't watch the J.D. Vance episode of the Joe Rogan Experience.
I did watch the J.D. Vance episode of RuPaul's Drag Race.
J.D. Vance needs to get G.D. pantsed. I don't know.
That'd be cool if during the inauguration, he does get pantsed because his belt was too loose. He forgot his belt that day, and he's freaking out. But he's like, all right, well, no, nothing's going to happen. And he gets pantsed. Barron pantses him as a prank. and everyone sees what's in his JD pants.
Okay.
GD pants is funny.
Thank
GD
you.
stands for goddamn,
Yes.
by the way, guys, just so you know.
To you,
Simpletons.
yes, simple-minded folk out there.
You know,
What?
what was I?
Or you were going to go off on some tangent?
I was.
Did you have a subject in mind that
But
you
an-
were excited to talk about?
Uh-huh,
or-
and another tangent arose, and we went down that, which arose to another tangent. Do you do this on the podcast where we go down a whole tree of tangents, but you were like, but there was one tangent way back down the line that I wanted to go on, so now I'm having to, like, trace my steps back to try to find that tangent. Oh,
Any luck?
yeah, this week, when this podcast comes out, it should already have happened.
What?
But this week there is a congressional hearing about UFOs
Oh.
with a testimony from whistleblowers.
Where you tell me, this is the one area in our government where the left and the right truly come together and work together to find out the
Yeah.
truth.
It is really interesting though, because the UAP, they're not called UFOs anymore. It's called unidentified anomalous phenomena,
You know why they're not called UFOs?
to remove the stigma.
But it's always going to have that stigma. You're not.
It's becoming less stigmatized though.
But you're never going to get away from aliens and UFOs. Like you're never like.
See?
It's such just like a. It's almost like it was this, and maybe in some ways if I research the history of it, but aliens are almost like this propagandic thing where it's like, I think everyone, when you think of alien, thinks of the gray alien. You think of UFO, you think of
Saucer.
Yeah, saucer. When they're, sure, you can be like, yeah, that's because that's mostly represented, whatever. But it's like there are a bunch of different designs of aliens out there, and a bunch of different designs of like ships. The
Nordics?
like a bunch of science fiction books or TV or
Yeah.
movies.
The Pleiadians?
But there's just something so classic and beautiful about those grays and the flying saucer.
We need to get our gray alien tattoos.
I want to get our gray alien movie going.
That would be cool. Should we?
We should go UFO hunting again,
Dude,
maybe for a vlog at
I
some
would
point.
love to.
Not anytime soon, but whenever. When's alien season? There's hurricane season.
Yeah.
There's forest fire season.
Alien season, I think, peaks around March. But we should also rent a pair of those like expensive high-grade military night vision goggles, because
To blind ourselves by turning on a light and then never being able to see again.
well, we're gonna be outside,
Okay.
and we'll look up and see UFOs. Maybe we'll go to Roswell.
You start shining a flashlight.
Whoa!
Ah!
Yeah, that would honestly suck balls. But yeah, there's a congressional hearing on UFOs.
And what are they going to do? It seems to me, okay, maybe you can, from my perspective, it seems like it always comes down to, we will get them to release these files. We're going to. We agree. Then a lot of time passes, nothing happens, and then another meeting gets held.
Yep.
We will release these files because this stuff exists. He testified in front of Congress. The Democrats agree. We agree. The Republicans agree. We agree. Next hearing. We will. Like it seems like a.
So what I've gathered from the past ones is they do drop some like very, very, very like mind-boggling things or pieces of like testimony.
Why don't people care?
It actually is crazy to me that the Pentagon, like the government, has acknowledged that UFOs are a real thing. They have released video of them, and they've said, we don't know what these are. They're not from any foreign country, and their technology is more advanced than anything we've ever seen. And I'm surprised that was like just not a bigger thing in the news. It's literally like, yeah, UFOs are real. And you're like, no one cared.
Nope. But it's because, I think we've said this before, there's no like, it would be awesome if there were pictures of a saucer that the government released, or there were pictures of alien corpses that they released, which I feel like they have.
They have released saucer pictures, and they have released videos
No,
of
but
the
you know
orbs.
what I mean, not like
Like up close.
Yeah, I mean like pictures where the saucer is propped up in some warehouse where some photographer got the just dong, dong for record's sake. I don't know.
And also, they testified that there is a crash retrieval program, like a secret crash that's been going on for decades.
Roswell, New Mexico.
The November 14th hearing is expected to feature testimonies from experts and officials to provide insights into the government's approach to UAP and discuss potential policy responses. It's probably going to be a lot of the whistleblowers will get asked questions and they'll go, I can answer that in a private hearing.
And then they go host the private hearing that we can't.
Yeah, and we don't know anything. But I'm very excited to see if there's any cool revelations. In the last one, they talked about there being an incident with a gigantic red cube that was just outside of a military base, just kind of floating.
In Fortnite, a lot of people were having problems with a giant purple cube named Kevin.
Mm-hmm. It was named Kevin?
Mm-hmm. Kevin the Cube.
Really? Cube with a K?
I don't know.
Or Kevin with a C?
The thing is, I can't remember if it was actually like name was Kevin in the thing, or if like the fans just went, his name is Kevin.
Did you see they're adding Tiny Box Tim?
No way.
A lot of people just went, oh my God, that's a fucking blast from the past.
Love Tiny Box Tim.
I think we should get like a Tiny Box Tim figure or plushie and put it on the set.
Did you see him crash out on ǩaisēnat's Mafia-thon recently?
I did. He was tweaking. And
he was saying some stuff about working with Mark.
Yeah, which I'm like, dude, Tiny Box Tim is about to get sued.
I know.
You know? But he was tweaking on what I'm assuming is meth or Molly or something.
Yeah, you could tell Kai wanted him out of there.
Yeah, it was awkward. Kai's just kind of sitting there looking at him.
It's like it was a fun idea to bring like a once beloved kind of like inside joke within the Markiplier community. Not a lot of people talk about Tiny Box Tim anymore, and then he brings him on because he also had the Good Luck Charlie. He's into like classic nostalgia. He brings in Tiny Box Tim, and he just fucking. You could just tell he wanted him to leave after a certain point, as in Kai wanted Tiny Box Tim to leave.
But yeah, well, being around someone tweaking is like no one wants to be around a tweaker. You know, it makes you feel uneasy.
I will say, ǩaisēnat got Coyote Peterson on the street. Yeah,
he's getting everyone, dude. He's
an entertainer. I will say he's
a good entertainer.
He uses the money that he gets from streaming, and he's not just fucking sitting in his room all day watching clips of whatever. He like sets stuff up, and like I'm even talking about like his Bloodborne or Sekiro, where like he'll make a tiny set. He'll get in costume. Yeah. He plans and thinks things out.
The first thing that really got me to kind of like notice and appreciate that he actually puts effort into.
He's a showman. I love it. It's really.
When he had his
really
whole
cool.
room rebuilt.
Yep.
He rebuilt his entire room so people didn't know it was a set and blew up like a bajillion fireworks.
He did that with Mr. Beast.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know it was Mr. Beast. Well, ǩaisēnat, love him or hate him, he's an entertainer, and
that's what I appreciate about like his content. He
puts effort into it.
He 100% does.
It's not like Aiden Ross or XQC where they just fucking sit there.
Where they're millions and millions of dollars, and what do they do all day? They like sit down on like online gambling or some stupid shit like that, or they'll go into chat rooms and just kind of like instigate hate between groups of people because that's what gets clicks and likes and views and all that stupid bullshit.
Or Aiden Ross tries playing Hooked on Phonics and doesn't get very far.
I'll say like I haven't done too much research. I know that Kai seems close with the larger streamers. I don't really know much of.
I don't either.
Whatever. All we're saying is that it's cool to see a multi-millionaire streamer actually use the wealth that they get towards the content they're producing.
Yes, because streamers,
and there's respect in that on that front.
Streamers make so much money, and
they do nothing.
And they don't do anything with it. They just sit there and react to videos, like all the big boys.
All the big streamers they really are just react channels.
Mm-hmm.
Like every streamers, which is fine, I guess. You're just hanging out. Like streaming has become, instead of like well, I guess it never was like watching someone like play. It was always like the community aspect. It was always kind of like hanging out.
Right.
So I guess the more the more it feels like hanging out, the more people are incentivized to show up and just chill and stick around and just kind of have it on in the background. Whatever.
Yeah. The thing is, like, I'm not. I don't really know that much about Ʞᴜ, so it's like I don't want to really speak on him and then afterwards find out like, oh, okay, he sucks, and I gave him praise or whatever. So I don't have any
Miranda
opinion.
Cosgrove was on the Mafia-thon stream.
So I just think he's an entertainer. Same with Speed. I don't really know that much about Speed, but I've seen clips that I did not like of him.
See,
but I have
still
seen his
find
entertaining clips.
I still find Speed annoying.
I do.
I
Yeah.
think that he is definitely more of an entertainer than the other multimillionaire streamers.
I think he's.
But
funny,
I don't.
at least.
I personally, while I can appreciate it in theory, I don't personally appreciate the content.
Yeah, I feel that. I also, I have seen some Speed clips that have made me get quite a chuckle. But other than that, I randomly tuned into one of his streams once. He was walking around Thailand with like a big group of security guards. And
Was he barking at people?
No.
Okay.
People were barking at him, actually. He was
Oh, wow.
walking around. He went into a club, and then I realized, dude, he's like 19.
Yeah. And Kai's young too, dude.
Is Kai younger than me?
Yes. Kai's in his early 20s, I think.
What?
Yeah.
How old is XQC?
And Kai isn't like, I don't think Kai like came from like something, you know. I think Kai is an
Started from the
example
bottom.
of. I think Kai is one of like the example of truly like starting from the bottom and like now he's here.
Dude, Ʞᴜ is 22, was born December 2001. What the fuck? Dude. These guys, like I thought Ʞᴜ was maybe in his 30s.
What?
Yeah.
What gave you that? Does he look like a 30-year-old?
Not that he necessarily looks like a...
I guess you could have like Kevin Hart at, you know,
Yeah.
Kevin Hart looked like a 20-something-year-old into his 30s.
Well, he looks like someone that is older than me, but ages well. I don't know. Whenever I see a big streamer, I always assume they're older than me. Do you ever do that? Like, it just kind of has this weird feeling like, oh, yeah, they're older than me.
Well,
No, they're all younger than me.
Well, kind of like a lot of the big streamers that are kind of known. I guess you can think of like the Hassan, the Valkyries, the Pokies, the XQCs. All of those
Rosses.
streamers, they are older now. They are like in their or like getting, you know, in their 30s or whatever.
Yeah.
They are like.
They're older.
But then you have the
Hassan's
new up
45?
and coming. Yeah, you have the new up and coming of like Jason the Ween.
Never heard of him.
Cinna.
Have heard of him.
Ronaldo. I don't know who that is. I just see the name.
Nelson the Goat.
Lacey, who was a part of the FaZe clan.
Eric Barbershop.
Is that a real person?
And Splunk. You can just come up with names.
Yeah,
and
true.
None of those were real that I said. Okay, XQC's 29, so he's older than me.
Yeah.
Thank God. But here's all the other people's ages. Speed is...
Like in his early 20s. No, he's 19?
He was born in 2005.
Jesus.
Bro is 19.
He's been making content since he was like a young kid.
Ooh, 5'9". Yikes. Was not expecting that one. You know?
Short king?
Yeah, I guess he is a short king. How old's Aiden Ross? 24.
24?
Mm-hmm. I mean, just with how wise he was, I thought he was much older.
It just sucks with like the biggest thing with Aiden is just like the whole like
His brain?
his brain, yes. But I mean that I think that, you know, is kind of like the source of all the problems, but it's just like he has all this wealth and he has all this influence and he has all this stuff that like people could only dream of, and he only finds fun in like sowing discourse in communities. So I also think he's an asshole, and I think
have
a lot of
zero
people
respect
would
for
agree.
Aiden Ross.
Yeah, I don't
I
think
would
there's
beat his goofy ass in a fight. Trust me. No, he'd probably kick my ass. But
you could land maybe a punch.
Yeah, I could land a punch. But I despise Aiden Ross with such a burning passion. And if there's any Ross heads in the
He's kind of in the
I
same
apologize.
realm of like Jack Dope, whatever the fuck his
Yes.
name is, and Logan Paul.
Mm-hmm.
And
dude,
Jake to some degree, but I find Logan worse, and maybe that's just because like you and I have been around like for Logan's come up.
We watched the whole
Vine
thing
and shit.
Honestly, man, Aiden Ross gets me. Like, I don't understand how people watch him because he also does this thing where constantly he goes. And, like, you can hear him swallow his snot. It's disgusting, dude. It's so fucking gross.
He's doing so much coke, I guess.
Maybe, honestly.
He's got a little of the drip.
He might have the drip in the back of his throat, or he's just gross and doesn't have any, like, manners to not do that in front of other people. It's kind of just that's a big ick for me when people go.
Because you can just picture the
you know
what's going on in their system.
They're moving the mucus and then swallowing it. Ugh. Guys, I'm gonna give you a piece of advice. This is for the fellas. Ladies don't like that. I mean, Luke does it all the time. It's disgusting.
Well, that's what he thinks. The Ʞᴏ spit on that thing. So like he's really dramatically increased the volume of the ➰ part.
Yeah, and he has a pollen allergy, so he ordered pollen on the internet somehow and rubs it on his nose, so he gets really congested, so he can really snort a lot of mucus. It's gross. But you know what else is gross?
Advertising for a Patreon that helps us produce this show and content and create behind the scenes content around the Super Megaverse.
Yep. And if you see the names on screen right now, you're gonna go nuts because all of these beautiful people on screen right now, these are all people who do the, snort thing.
Yeah.
We did a survey, and these are the names. So you see there's two windows of them. The people at the top with the emojis, those people, they snort much harder than the ones in green. But if you want to put your name on this list, you can go to patreon.com/supermega and sign up for the producer or executive producer tier, and you also get stickers every month. Or you can just, if you don't want to do that, we have just $5 tier that gives you all the content.
Yeah, and by that we mean the extra. After this, we record a smaller,
super
like
mini
15
show?
whatever minute to 30-minute super mini show. It's a smaller version of the podcast. We do Uncle Sleepover, which is us commentating over movies that we watch, where you guys can watch along with us as we commentate over them.
We have a new show.
We have a new show, Behind the Giggles,
yes.
Where we talk about past sketches and stuff that we've worked on. There's
like
also
commentary.
just in general behind the scenes. There's a lot of content on our Patreon. A lot of content backlogged. Ask SuperMega, which a new episode is coming out soon.
It's in the works.
I really like that episode.
I thought that was fun. Yeah, it's a fun show where you guys ask questions and we answer them.
And I like the fact that everyone that stayed to the very end liked this video
and subscribed. And sent it to two of their cousins.
And commented and went, "Oh my goodness, I love watching the podcast on YouTube. Ʞᴁᴁ.
Okay, I would end it with something like Zoinks or whatever, but Ʞᴁᴁ, perfect.
You can
perfect.
do Zoinks if you want.
No, Ʞᴁᴁ.
Okay.
And you're not allowed to look up how to spell it either.
Yeah.
Anyway, we love you guys. What a fantastic episode 37. We got some avant-garde, artisticness. Oh my god. I don't know why I messed that up.
We'll see you on
Just
Patreon. What's up, Patreon home dogs?
Put it there. Nice. That one worked. It is officially another episode of Super Mini Show.
And a new year.
Yeah, that's right. You're not wrong, actually. Mars just